What was your I'm dating/married to a fucking idiot moment? Oh boy, do I have a story for you. Sit back, grab some popcorn, and let me regale you with the tale of how I realized I was dating a complete moron. So, my girlfriend, let's call her Lisa, is one of those people who looks like they have their life together. You know the type. Impeccable Instagram feed, always on time, and household stuffs all arranged. But beneath that polished exterior lies a brain that sometimes seems to be powered by a hamster on a broken wheel. It all started on a lazy Sunday afternoon. I was lounging on the couch, doing my best impression of a potato, while Lisa was in the kitchen munching something from the fridge. Suddenly, she comes bursting into the living room, eyes wide with excitement, and says, "Babe, I think I figured out how to clean the toaster." Now, to give you some context, our toaster had been acting up lately. It would burn one side of the bread and leave the other side practically raw. It was infuriating. So, when Lisa said she had a solution, I was all ears. She proudly holds up a garden hose. Yes, a garden hose. The kind you use to water plants and, apparently, to clean kitchen appliances. What are you planning to do with that? I ask, genuinely concerned for the well-being of our toaster. Lisa, with the confidence of someone who just solved world hunger, says, "I'm going to rinse it out. The crumbs are probably what's causing it to malfunction. If we wash it, it'll be as good as new." At this point, I'm torn between laughing and crying. Mostly laughing, though, because this was just too good. But I had to play along to see where this would go. All right, but let's at least do it outside, I suggest, trying to keep a straight face. So, we take the toaster outside. Lisa is practically skipping with excitement. She hooks up the garden hose, aims it at the toaster, and turns on the water. And let me tell you, watching her try to rinse out the toaster was like watching someone try to wash a cat. Water sprayed everywhere, except, of course, inside the toaster. But she was determined. She started shaking the toaster, trying to get the water to go in. At this point, I was laughing so hard I could barely breathe. And then, to top it all off, a squirrel, probably attracted by the chaos, decided to join the party. It hopped onto the fence and just stared at us, as if thinking, what the actual hell are these humans doing? After about 10 minutes of this madness, Lisa finally gave up. The toaster was soaked, the garden hose was a tangled mess, and I had tears streaming down my face from laughing so hard. "Well, that didn't work," she said, looking genuinely puzzled. "No, it didn't. I managed to choke out between fits of laughter. But hey, at least we entertained the squirrel." You'd think that would be the end of it, but no. Lisa wasn't done yet. Later that evening, she decided to fix the toaster by putting it in the oven to dry it out. Because, you know, applying heat to an already broken electrical appliance is definitely a good idea. I walked into the kitchen just as she was about to turn the oven on. "What are you doing now?" I asked, my voice a mix of amusement and exasperation. "I'm going to dry it out," she said, as if it were the most obvious thing in the world. "No, you're not," I said, gently taking the toaster from her and setting it on the counter. "Let's just not burn the house down tonight, okay?" We ended up buying a new toaster the next day. And every time I use it, I can't help but smile and shake my head at the memory of Lisa and her garden hose. But wait, there's more. Because apparently, dating an idiot means the hilarity never stops. A few weeks later, Lisa decided to surprise me by cooking dinner. She's not a bad cook, but let's just say she's more enthusiastic than skilled. I come home to find her in the kitchen, surrounded by a cloud of smoke. "Everything okay in here?" I ask, trying not to sound too alarmed. "Yeah, just trying out a new recipe," she says, coughing a little. I peer over her shoulder and see that she's attempting to make spaghetti. Simple enough, right? Wrong. She's boiling the noodles in a frying pan. A non-stick frying pan. "Why are you using a frying pan?" I ask, genuinely curious. "Well, the pot was too big and I thought this would be quicker," she explains. I decide to let it go because, honestly, it's not the worst idea she's had. Until I notice the sauce. Or rather, what's supposed to be sauce. It looks like a science experiment gone wrong. "Did you follow a recipe for the sauce?" I ask, trying to keep a straight face. "Nope, just winging it," she says proudly. That's when I notice the ingredients she's using. Ketchup, soy sauce, and is that peanut butter? What exactly are you making?" I ask, trying not to laugh. "It's a fusion dish," she says, like she's the next Gordon Ramsay. Fusion, indeed. More like confusion. But hey, I appreciate the effort. We sit down to eat, and it's as terrible as you'd expect. The noodles are half-cooked, the sauce is a monstrosity, and I'm pretty sure I chipped a tooth on something crunchy that definitely shouldn't be there. But I smile and eat it anyway, because she's trying, and that's what counts. Even if her cooking could double as a hazardous material. And then there was the time she decided to fix the leaky faucet in the bathroom. Lisa is convinced she's a DIY guru. She watched a couple of YouTube videos and decided she was ready to tackle the plumbing. I come home to find the bathroom flooded and Lisa sitting on the floor, drenched and looking like a sad, wet puppy. What happened? I ask, trying not to laugh. I don't know. I followed the video exactly, she says, looking genuinely baffled. I take a look and realize she's managed to disconnect the wrong pipe entirely. Water is spraying everywhere, and it's clear she has no idea what she's doing. Let's call a plumber, I suggest, already reaching for my phone. No. I can fix it, she insists, grabbing a roll of duct tape. I watch in awe as she attempts to tape the pipe back together, water spraying in all directions. It's like watching a train wreck in slow motion. Eventually, she gives up, and we call the plumber, who fixes it in about 5 minutes. But despite all this, I wouldn't trade Lisa for anything. Sure, she's a bit of an idiot sometimes, but she's my idiot. And life is never boring with her around. We laugh about her misadventures, and every time she tries something new, I'm reminded of why I love her. So, what was my I'm dating/married to a fucking idiot moment? Probably the garden hose and the toaster. Or the spaghetti fiasco. Or the plumbing disaster. Honestly, take your pick. But at the end of the day, she makes me laugh, and that's all that really matters. Plus, I now have a treasure trove of hilarious stories to share. And who knows? Maybe one day, she'll surprise me and actually fix something. Until then, I'll just keep a close eye on her and make sure the fire extinguisher is always within reach.